Everyone, I am selling my iPad Pro. This is the 12.9-inch professional version. It is in very, very good shape. Probably has less than 100 hours on it. Actually, I can guarantee you it has less than 100 hours on it. I have a bad habit of buying things and not really using them. I've had it for a little while. This is the first generation iPad Pro. However, it still runs everything. I had Call of Duty Mobile on here. It ran it really, really well. I've also had a lot of Adobe apps on here. I've factory reset it now. I didn't actually film those, but you can always check YouTube for benchmarks and to see how it runs. But yeah, so it comes with the box, it comes with the charging brick, and it comes with the lightning cable, which is like a 10-foot lightning cable, I think. So it's a really nice one, and it comes with the Apple Pencil. And yes, the cap is still on it because everybody loses the cap, but I have not lost the cap yet. And I hope you don't lose it either. But, so one thing with the first generation one is if you want to charge the Apple Pencil, you literally have to plug it into the bottom where it charges. And that's, so that ridiculous thing is sticking out while it's charging. The good news is that it only takes, I usually leave it like, if I'm charging it, I usually leave it like this. On a surface so that I can't actually knock that back. Now, they did fix that in the second and third generation ones where they the pencil just magnetically attaches to the top. So this is the only annoying thing about that I find about the iPad Pro. But otherwise, yeah, this thing runs really well despite being the first generation one, and it runs everything. And you might think 32 gigs is not enough for space, but I ran, as long as you're not storing movies on here, it's fine. Because I ran, like I said, I ran Call of Duty on it, and it was, that's a big game, and it takes up a lot of space. I also had Adobe apps and a bunch of streaming apps as well. So you can still do a lot with this. Also, the keyboard is really, really good. Just, it's a kind of like a chiclet style keyboard. I actually prefer this keyboard to my MacBook Pro. Come on. How do I start a note? I never use notes, so it's like, no, I want to search. I want to, oh, it's already on. Okay. So this is a Logitech keyboard case combo. This case is actually a hard case, and it comes with a keyboard inbuilt. There is no battery in the case or in the keyboard, so you actually it's actually powering off. The power is coming from the iPad, so you don't have to worry about charging the case as well as charging the iPad. Pro. Ah, okay. So yeah, it's a good keyboard. I really enjoy it. It also, so you can also draw with this. So this iPad would be great for artists. So if you want to go back into here and close that, and then we'll take a screenshot. So you take a screenshot by taking your Apple Pencil and swiping up, and then you can draw on the screen. There's also other apps that you can install like Canva or Evernote. You can draw with Evernote. And Photoshop. This actually runs Photoshop really well. I do have an Adobe Creative Cloud account, and it runs it really, really well. And the Photoshop for iPad is actually the full version of Photoshop as well. So you can do everything you can on a desktop. That's a terrible square. You can erase. So yeah, it's a very responsive pen. I'm really impressed with how good this is, because I was gonna get like a Wacom tablet for drawing and drafting and whatnot, but I didn't bother because this thing works so well. It's like, oops, undo, whoops. All right. So it's like very responsive, and it's multiple layers. I don't know how many pressure units or whatever the pen is, but it is literally like writing with a real pen. It's like you can take notes. And you can write pretty small too. But yeah, it's wonderful for taking notes. I used to have S6 Lite, a Samsung, which is a much cheaper tablet, but I prefer this to taking notes just because it's so much. The pencil is so good. Like, what if you're really into drawing? Don't take my word for it. Go on YouTube and search out iPad Pro Apple Pencil first generation, and you'll see people creating like amazing things on the net. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. It comes with the charging brick, the cable, and this case. And it's a hard case. It's very durable. I mean, you can just throw that in your backpack and it's fine. Which is what I did, and that's why I took it traveling with me a number of times. Which is really mostly the only time I ever really used it. So, like I said, it probably has less than 100 hours on here. There's no real scratches on the screen. Like when you turn off the monitor, you can, or the screen, you can kind of, that's dust. You can kind of like you'll have to see it in real, like when you look up close, but you can't. That's all dust you're seeing. But there are like tiny little marks from just the years of use, but it's absolutely indistinguishable. I can barely see it shining a bright light on it here right now. But you know, when you come and look at it, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, it's a great iPad. It works great. I'm getting rid of it because I'm moving. And yeah, link in the description, and price, link, and contact info is all in the description. Thanks for watching.